When men started getting access to kids and getting access to sex without having to marry them, men adjusted to that. But if the price is now, you got to get one of these, and I can't see it, I can't access it, guess what men gonna start doing again?
Good evening and welcome to the Ask a Brother podcast meets Miami, Florida. And I'm highly pleased to introduce the illustrious Jeff St. James, one of the most in-demand therapists in the city of Philadelphia right now, soon to be national and pretty soon global, I imagine.
I hope not.
He's on.
Yes.
So we have a beautiful panel of ladies, as you can see. Got a lot of melanin over here. No suntans necessary. And I want to introduce the ladies real quick and we can end on me and I'm going to figure out who I am, right? Well, that sound good? All right. Come to this beautiful lady right here. Give us your name, your age, your relationship status. If you want to give out some social media, that's cool. If you want to do out your profession, that's cool too.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm 27. My Instagram is Kazel_addition. And I'm dating.
Okay. She got those DMs. You already got your mic. Give us the same thing: your name, your age, your relationship status, profession if you like, and then also any social media you want to share.
All right, my name is Tishana, but people call me Tish. I am 28 years old. I am single, and I am a teacher. I do not want followers on Instagram. Sorry.
Exclusive.
Yes, come on.
Hello, I'm Leisure Lux. Oh, wait, why did you look at my mic like that?
This like that?
Wait, let me start over. My name is Leisure Lux. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm 30, very single. Might get cobwebs soon. And yeah.
You have an Instagram handle or social media?
Oh, at Leisure Lux.
Okay.
Hello, I am Miss Vanessa. I am 42 and I am a therapist. I do individual and family therapy. And my handle is Miss Vanessa and also Be Inspired Therapeutic Services. Oh, and I'm dating for sure.
No, Michael, tell me, switching. The therapist in the middle.
Hey.
Okay.
Hello. Hi. I'm Alexa. I am 36 today. Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm an insurance broker and a healthcare consultant. And I just launched a new website, blackbusinesslist.com. Go ahead and register, you guys.
Okay. All right. So for starters, thank you, ladies, for coming. As we all have observed for at least since 2020, if not a little before, it seems like we've been doing a lot of yapping online at each other. And I think we felt like talking about the state of the manosphere, especially in terms of the Black community. This would be a really cool opportunity for us to try something just different. So before we get to what we want to do with you all, the first part is ground rules. We're not going to be cussing at y'all. You're not going to be calling people out their names. This is actually a respectful forum, and we're going to try our best to not try to overtalk each other, even if we passed it. And I will even ask that you all can do that. You challenge me if I kind of do that as well. If you see I'm cutting people off or I'm getting a little too worked up, and hey, Jeff, let me get my thoughts out. Cool. Try your best not to dominate the conversation when the mic is yours. So with that said, the first part is this particular convo we want to do is a game, and it's 11 questions, and we want to see how well each of you actually know men in general. Obviously, there's going to be men that have their own unique desires or tastes on things. We're talking about men in general. It's just 11 questions. But the key is, one thing that we notice is that whenever we're asking women publicly about some of these types of discussions, they tend to curate and cater their answers to the women that are in the room or the women that are around, especially on social media. But when we're one-on-one with y'all, we usually hear the truth. whether it's pillow talk or just we be hearing how y'all feel and what y'all actually think. But then when y'all all are watching each other, even if you don't lie, lips get sealed. So the way to get around that is these blindfolds right here. So if I hand each of y'all these blindfolds, it's just 11 questions. No, no, 50, no. Okay, she ready. All right. Now with these blindfolds, the way that it's going to work is, well, we're gonna make sure you actually got them on. But we're gonna ask you questions, and each time we ask the question, if your answer is yes, you will raise your hand, and if your answer is no, you keep your hand down. Very simple.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and put your blindfolds on, and then we'll ask you ladies a question.
Set up. Yeah,
I'm too far
you
away
didn't tell
from
me
you to
about
do
this.
anything.
You know what I mean? It's up to
Absolutely.
Listen.
Anything.
Yes.
I do for real.
Yes.
See, look,
Which way is
y'all
down and
actually
up?
gotta be careful.
Is the
It
nose
will.
And
the little flappy thing?
Yes.
Up
That,
to the nose?
that's up.
don't act like you don't know your way around a blindfold.
This is not your first
Yeah.
video.
Haven't done this.
It actually good.
On my makeup, on my tissue. I'm working right.
So place them on
Can you do
delicately.
like this?
Uh-huh.
And
You can't be peeking.
I can't. It's forcing my lips down.
Look,
My lashes.
pull that thing down.
We have lashes.
Pull
Right.
that thing down. Pull
It's the
that
other.
down, girl.
You might mess my face up.
Thank you.
There we go. There we go.
That's good. But
On, and
custom.
Mine?
she said that. She said it was custom.
Yeah, yours is crazy.
Mine?
Yeah. You.
I'm gonna take a picture. Oh.
Oh, RJ, can you get with your phone and
Yeah.
then shot? He's gonna get shots with us, with y'all all blindfolded. Yeah. All right.
They look like you're ready.
We're
All right. Ready. All right. So this is gonna be question number 1, and again, the rule is very simple. If your answer is yes, raise your hand. If your answer is no, keep it down. All right. All right. Question number 1: is your happiness the number 1 and most important thing in order for a relationship to work?
What's the hand thing again, please?
If it's yes, raise your hand. Okay, keep them up.
I like this game.
All right, put your hands down.
That's a lot of minutes.
Number 2: is it important to most men to take their last name? Raise your hand.
It's it.
Is it important?
for you to take his last name in marriage?
Is it important to the majority of men to take his last name?
Preach.
Okay, put your hands down. All right, next question. Is submission a requirement in order for a man to be a leader? I'll ask it again. Is submission a requirement in order for a man to be the leader?
I need clarification.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Hold on. We'll start with Alexa. Go ahead.
Is it a leader in general
In a
or a
relationship.
leader with you?
Yes, with you in the relationship.
So I need to be submissive to him in order for him to be a leader.
No,
That's the question. Yes, that is the question.
in the relationship.
In the relationship with in the relationship with you.
Like, do he need permission?
Is in order for you is submission a requirement in order so basically I'll ask it differently.
Yeah.
In order for that man to be a leader in the relationship, are you okay with you being submissive? Okay, keep your hands up.
Oh.
Please. Oh.
In discussion.
Yeah. All right, put your hands down.
Put an asterisk next to it.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to put an asterisk next to that question because I know it's going to come back up. All right, next question. A strong man will know how to handle you if you have an attitude or bad mouth. I'm going to say it again. A strong man will know how to handle you if you have an attitude or a bad mouth. Hold on, be honest with yourselves. If you have an attitude or a bad mouth, does he have to be a strong man in order to be able to handle you when you're like that? All right, keep the hands up. Hold on. If your hand was up, keep them up.
Wait, my hand was.
Okay, 1 second.
You kind of got a question.
Yeah,
So,
Hold on. Let's see.
questions on my hand for.
And the 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Next question. When dealing with issues in your relationship, is it important to share those things with your closest family and friends? I know somebody lying over here. Okay. Nobody's raising their hand. You sat on. Okay. Oh, first off, good. All right. Next question. A secure man will not care about what you wear in public. A secure man will not care about what you wear in public. Alexa, you got a follow-up question?
So if you don't care,
Mhm.
put your hand up. If you do care, put your hand down.
If he do care, I think if he needs to be secure in order for you to wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like you can wear whatever you want in order for a man to accept that. He expects.
Hold on. If he's secure, you can wear what you want.
Because he could be
Agree with that. Raise your hand.
Because
Yeah.
he could be secure and done what you like.
But that's your perspective.
That's why I got questions.
Okay.
Well,
I'll be 50-50.
You raise your hand halfway. Right.
Like all of the questions are custom to your relationship with the individual person.
Mhm.
It's not a blanket statement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. When pursuing a relationship, would most men marry a woman that does sex work? Yes or no? When-
That is what?
When pursuing a relationship, would most men marry a woman that does sex work?
Marry?
Yes, marry.
Actually, no, enough.
Okay. Let me put.
Do mail order brides count?
And
As
strippers.
sex workers?
Yeah, they all do sex work. Like OnlyFans, strippers,
Not
strippers.
Maybe
all of that
kind of teams.
Okay. So I will put those scores down. 1 second.
I think so.
enough votes. Yeah, but they still not gonna marry.
They're not at it.
They
All right.
matter more.
All right, everybody. Hold on. Y'all can't be saying what your answers are. That's the point of the black holes. Everybody. Are we almost done? All right. Does a man need to be masculine in order for you to be feminine? So let me reverse it to make it easy. In order for you to be feminine, does he need to be masculine? Raise your hand. Okay. Keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. In order for you to be feminine, in order for you to be feminine, he has to be masculine.
Only to be soft. That's
Yeah, in order. Okay, that's another way to say it. Okay. Gotcha. All right, put your hands down. All right, last three questions. If the man you wanted and dreamed of wanted you to delete all your social media pages today, would you do it?
you'd have to get this right one to say.
I'm not adding no second.
I'll take it out. Dude, if we both.
Oh no.
If he's not.
Okay.
I'm saying, if I make money off social media, that's hard.
Y'all do a good job, girl.
I don't know, because I'm getting mad.
We're not supposed to be talking cheating. That's cheating.
I'm trying to clear follow the ring.
All right, everybody put their hands down. You asked a question? Oh, can you put your hand down? Okay. Although never mind. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna address that later. All right. If the man you wanted and dreamed of preferred you wear your hair natural and that you wear your natural hair and nails, would you continue wearing extensions, acrylics, and gel nails? I'm gonna ask it again. If the man you wanted and dreamed of preferred you wear your natural hair and nails, would you continue wearing extensions, acrylics, and gel nails? If you're going to continue wearing them after he's asked you, raise your hand. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a tricky question. It's definitely tricky. A lot of head movement going on. I'm struggling. Uh, Sound like somebody want to raise their hand a little bit. All right, and last question. All right, put your hands down. Good. The past shouldn't matter if it was before him. The past shouldn't matter if it was before him. Yes. Should your if what you're saying is your past should not matter if it was before him. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess so.
Manasseh, you have a question? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hold on because I'm gonna ask this one more time because I see my hands going up and down. Your past should not matter if it was before him. If you agree with that, keep your hand up. What? Okay.
Oh, I know. That's a great call.
Good. All right, we are done.
Ooh,
So
Lord.
let's go ahead and take off the blindfold. Be mindful of the lashes.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. No.
All right.
The battle eyes. Oh, wait.
Okay. You can put your blindfolds on the table if you like. All right. So for starters, ladies, before I get to what the scores were,
I won.
there's no winning or losing, and I'll explain why. But for starters, with those types of questions that we pose and ask to you, what question stood out to y'all first? The hair and the nails, the last one. Why?
Because sorry, I feel personally in relationships, it's okay to compromise.
Yeah.
A lot of people have things that they like that I might not like, or he might like and I might not like. But if I love you, if I say I care about you, I say I want to build with you. 60 years from now, how much other things I will like, and I still would have to compromise and say, you know what, babe, I'm not gonna die if you keep this or if you continue to do this. So just do it if it makes you happy. So some things, especially with aesthetics, ladies, we want to feel beautiful. We want to look our best. Some people might love their natural look, some might just don't. I love my natural look, but when it's time to step outside, I might want to do something extra, and it should be okay with it.
What do y'all think about that? With what she said about some people feel like they're enhancing their beauty and they feel even sexier when they're got the makeup on, got the hair popping, nails. I agree with you. I feel differently when I get a haircut versus when I don't. Right? I feel differently when I'm dressed up versus when I look like a bum. So I understand that. But if the guy you wanted and was the guy in your dreams said that he thinks you're your most beautiful when you're natural, you're saying that's a guy you probably wouldn't be able to do life with.
If he is the guy of my dreams, that could be a bit of the life for me. That'd be my thoughts.
Hold on. Go ahead.
You want you? I don't think he's the guy of my dreams because the man of my dreams, that's not what he would not want for me to like not dress up, not do this, not enhance my beauty, not like, go get a mani and pedi on a regular or go get facials or go to the spa. Like if that's for me, that's my self-care. That's how I cope with different things in life. And this is the man of my dreams. He should check all boxes. And that's how I feel about it.
Okay. Any other questions stood out to y'all that y'all thought about?
The last question, the one about the past. Oh, shoot. The last question, the one about the past.
You know that thought.
Mhm.
I want to get in on that before we change the subject.
Mhm.
So I see this. I see this blurring. There's a difference between you getting a haircut and your woman, I don't know, maybe saying, hey, baby, I prefer you with the beard or without the beard, whatever. The point is, it's still you. It's a variation of you and how you're grooming yourself, right? And then she said something about he's not the man of my dreams if he takes issue with me, beautifying myself and elevating myself and so on. That is something completely different than what's here. That's two completely different things. But what it seems like is to the women, or I guess black women, it's one and the same. So I think that within itself needs to be addressed because it's how they're associating it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
Go for it. All right, let's start with let's finish with you. Then we'll do. Actually, before we go to the second question. You wanted to respond to that?
I wanted to.
Okay, then all three of you. Let's start with yes. Go ahead.
So, let's speak for right now. What's going on right now as we speak in the world? Let's say you start to go bald, and you want to let go of your hair because you're still attached to it.
Right.
You as a man can now go into the barbershop and get hairspray. Come home, lock up the pillow. I gotta wash that, but I still gotta look at you and say, babe, but you're going bald now. You can cut it. I still love you. But you as a mom still want to use the hairspray. You have some men who likes to wear clear polish on their nails, earrings, dangled earrings. You can't come with me to go get a mani and pedi. You want your nails done, so guess what?
some would have problems.
Let's do it together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can do some of the things, not everything that we do, you guys can do, but some of the things you guys can do too, and we accept you guys for it.
But like I said, I still see a lot of blurring. I saw multiple things get blurred. Men wanting women to have natural hair is not the same request as I don't want you beautifying yourself. I don't want you doing your nails. I don't want you.
So what you're communicating is you believe that a lot of men see those as two separate things.
No, I know men see that as two complete.
And a lot of women see them as
consolidating those.
Those are called.
There was 3 different points. There was the false hair, which is what we were talking about originally. Then she went where I naturally think, well, I would take it where I have a personal connection with it, which is like preferences. Like you prefer you to do this over that, or wear this over that, but it's still you, right? Again, the false hair was something completely different, right? So I'll give you an example. One of the things my ex-girlfriend didn't do that hurt my feelings, I mentioned it, but I didn't make it an issue because I felt like the fact that you didn't pick up on that, it let me see something. And it was the fact that I had went away. It was a time I wasn't even around. And one of her friends had braided her hair, had the bone, the fish bone. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the cornrows, stitch braids, the cornrows.
Yeah, but it's braided inside. It was just 2 of them. On the side. And that's so dope to me. It's always been since high school. That was dope to me. But Black women are doing it, or Latino women are doing it. Even I would do it. Even when the guys would do it, it would look dope. If you had something on your braids, right? Because back in the late 90s, braids for guys. I found out was playing basketball. So some of you are like, that's feminine. No, in the 90s, braiding your hair was the thing, right? So the fact that I said to her is that I love that. That's my favorite. And her response was I don't feel like doing it because I think she was saying it hurts a little bit, and then she was saying it didn't last long. And I swear to God, it's I felt like somebody pushed me in my stomach because I felt like what you did do it though. They did it when I wasn't even around, and now I'm telling you I like it. It's my fave. So how the heck could you find it in you to do it then? And you get what I'm trying to say? And I didn't really say much because I was like, that should have been enough for you to be like, all right, next time you tell me when or what. Right. So right there, that hurt my feelings because I felt like you don't care to do what I find the maximum attractive, but you put the effort in to do what you think you find the maximum, or what you think the public finds. Who the fuck you can't impress at this point? What I was thinking. So anyway, that was my personal little gripe with it. But I still think the initial question focuses on a lot of Black men prefer Black women to have their natural hair. And I don't even think it's something that they want always and definitely forever, every day, 100%. I just think they would like to see more of it because they love the woman. So I'm talking from a man's perspective. From a man's perspective, we like your natural body odor, perfumes and all that. They're cool, but each woman has a particular. You see what I'm trying to say? You get attached to that. Studies have been done to prove that if you just let that person sniff that shirt, the person they love, all kind of stuff firing in their brain, all kind of oxygen. So we like you in a natural state, because that's what we fallen in love with. We know when we meet you, we first go out on a date with you. We know there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's a lot of other bells and whistles. Sometimes your girl just in her pajamas, sitting Indian style, it can be the world to you.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of guys are just trying to say, I want you and 100% just you, at least more often.
Mm.
Do you know?
Mhm.
All right. Go ahead, Tish, then.
I was gonna just say, if you get with a woman and, like, for example, this is who you are, right? Well, I don't know, but it's like you meet somebody and, like, me, this is honestly, naturally, this is who I am for the most part. This is who I am. So it's like if you meet me and you're like, oh, I like this girl, why are you gonna tell me later on down the line that all of a sudden I prefer you to do this? Okay, that's cool. I like that you like that, but if I like that about me, why am I changing myself for you? When you first met me, it's what you like. You know what I mean? Like if I don't wear these friends, but I didn't raise my hand on that question either, I don't think. But if I'm wearing lace fronts, or if I'm wearing weaves, or if I have my nails in all the time and my toes in all the time, or whatever it is that it is about me, that's what you were attracted to initially. Like when you see somebody, the first thing that you look at, you don't talk to them, you look at them, right?
Mhm.
So you're looking at their
attraction, right?
Now that's the attraction. Okay, so you thought I was pretty. You thought I was pretty with the lace front. So now what's the difference? Why do I always have to wear my natural hair? Why can't it be both? Like that's what she's saying with the compromise. I love that. Why can't we compromise with both? And then the extension thing, it's not just a Black woman thing. Okay. Every woman wears it. I have friends that wear more extension than me. They wear the tape-ins, they wear the what's things like the micro links. I have a friend that does sew-ins and they are white. Very white. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you told them that they can't have their weaves, the answer is no. Especially, I have a lot of friends that are from Europe, on that side of the world. So that's their culture as well. So if you told them that they cannot have that, the answer is no. The answer is no. So
Before you respond.
Okay. So just to kind of like piggyback off of like the original question we said, I don't think like, okay, so I know for me personally, if my man, I think every guy I've ever been with has requested for me to wear my natural hair more and stuff, which I don't mind. I think like the question's a little complicated because it's like, would you still wear it? It's like, yeah, I would still change up my looks and stuff. But if my man wants me to wear my hair natural or be in a more natural state, I'm going to do what my man want me to do. Well,
Okay.
you know, because I still like, I feel like personally, I'm a very confident person, regardless if I have a weaving, wig, natural hair, no makeup. So I don't mind. But I do feel like if it was like a requirement where it's like you have to only wear your natural hair and real nails and stuff, then that would be like, okay, that's an issue.
I can't ever express myself.
Yeah,
kinda.
exactly.
Okay. All right. So I'll respond based off of a few things I noted. And I did know also what you said, and I intentionally conflated it. Just you know why eventually. Yeah. Go ahead.
His questions were geared towards trying to feel you out, how well you understand men generally.
Yeah.
Because in all things on this entire earth, there are going to be generalities and there's going to be some nuance, right? We things that we can put it all in that box, that label, and then later on there are going to be some differences that we can now separate within that.
Yeah.
Right? So not to sound hypocritical, but the chick I was talking about wasn't even Black. She's Puerto Rican.
Wait, no.
But
You said fishtail. Black girls don't get no fishtails. You said that. I already knew.
The point is that the most offensive part of that interaction was that she made it clear that my preference didn't dominate. My preference wasn't priority. So now let me bring it back to the issue I have with what you said, because this is something we commonly see with women in general. Right now, I'm talking about our sisters, and that's a deflection. This is very frustrating for guys because we are solution orientated. We want to move in a direction. We're kinetic. We want movement. So when we're trying to say things to women, they're automatically deflecting. You start talking about other races and other women where it's such as we're not talking about the other women though. And when the white boys start saying Karen, Kelly, Susan, like what's with these extensions? Like really? Just like we're natural hair. I don't care if it's 6 inches. I don't need the extra 4 inches. They're not saying that. but we are saying it collectively. There is a pattern here. So who are we doing this for? Either ourselves, which is selfish by definition, or we're doing it to keep up with white women or whatever, which is also saying that that's more important than keeping up with us, or it's society, or it's saying I got money. Whatever the F it is, it's not. We love our men and we care what they want. So men are doing a lot of what women want as far as attraction cue. They damn sure are because there's a lot of babies, right? So they're getting poo poo. So they do what the women want. And one more thing I want to say before I pass it, I think you're underestimating how much men are willing to compromise to be around women, to interact with women, to sleep with women, to have relationships with women. We are willing to put so many things on our back burner. So you say, "Oh, you saw me like this, and this is how I am. So what's the problem?" Bro, there probably was a lot of things about you he wasn't crazy about, but he still wasn't willing to overlook all of that to get to what he does like about you. And there's a difference with that with women. We've all seen Pop the Balloon. They popping the balloons right away. Right? I don't like the way you walk. You walk when you put the left foot before the right foot. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing. They're like,
Yeah.
but men, we not like that. You get what I'm trying to say? It takes a lot to turn us off.
So just for the sake, because I don't want this to be too dominant. I remember the lenses, a combo of listening to each lady and then also giving little feedback here and there. The first thing I noted, if I'm going to ask all of you ladies, what's the percentage of this is black men out of 100%? What's the percent of them that prefer that you wear the extra stuff, the hair?
Just say something before you got to them.
Well, I'll promise you I'm gonna give you the time, but just this and that. What's the percentage of our men that you believe prefer the hair and the extra nails?
Majority, probably like 10%.
10% of black men you think prefer that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll probably say like 30. I don't think it's, yeah, probably 30.
10, 30. What about you?
I think it's majority.
Majority prefer that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Which one? 30. And what about you?
I honestly don't know because I don't wear nails and none of them other
I want for the natural hair.
No. Prefer the extension.
Prefer the natural. That's all.
Question was, what's the percentage of men that prefer you all to have the extra hair and the extra nails?
And lashes.
And lashes, sure. Small percentage, 30%, 10%, 30%, to be determined.
I don't know. Hold context though.
Yeah, go ahead.
What percentage of that percentage are men that are serious about building family and like?
Yeah,
it's the same question.
Well, they're related, but they're not quite the same. And the reason why I was posing to ask that is because I think of this analogy where you're single, and there's a special singles event just for you, or just for you, right? And the dating coach is like, I got 100 men that have seen your pictures. They know what you do. They are, girl, they want you. They are excited and they are good to go. And you decide right before you walk in that you're going to put something on. Good. And the dating coach is kind of, whoa, what you about to do? What you walking in there with that?
Which way?
Hey, hold on. Who you are and how you are, 100 men want you. 100 out of 100. These guys want what they see. And you say, but I prefer what I'm about to wear. We'll take it off the hair, we'll take it off the nails, we'll say it's some tattoo on your face. Make it bizarre. And the coach is like, I think this is going to hurt your chances a little bit. I know for sure the majority of men are going to prefer you without that tattoo on the middle of your face. And you say, well, the man that wants me, that's in there, that's the man for me. And the coach is like, well, that's true. But the coach says, I think you're going to have like a 5% chance. Maybe 5 out of those, maybe 10. Maybe 20, 30 of the 100 men that I have prepared for you is going to accept you. And so get the tattoo on the face anyway. And you say, I'm going up in there. And when you walk in there, man after man starts walking out the room, starts passing you. And you're like, fuck. Now you're standing 10 toes down. 10 toes down. The man that accepts me, that's my man. He's not the right man. And the problem is, to me, with that story is collectively, if there's a huge percentage of women screaming to Jeff, this is what we rock. This is what we're attracted to. This is the type of man that we're drawn to. This is the type of man we're attracted. This is the type of man we'll listen to. And I decide, I don't care what the women say. I don't care what they're showing me. The right woman gonna accept Jeff. That's cool and all. But does my outcomes reflect that reality? A lot of times what's happening is true. We all are individuals. We all right to do what we want to do. But we're not free from the consequences that comes with that. It's not a judgment call of, I got tattoos. Some people don't like tattoos, right? Some people prefer locks. I cut my locks. At one point I had locks, and some women don't like locks at all. I had to be okay with the reality of, I'm not trying to do life with myself. I'm not trying to date myself. And if the leading demographic that has the highest divorce rates and the least marital rates, and when I'm talking to ladies, and a lot of them want to be in relationships, what I'm suggesting is, before you enter back into that room of 100 men, listen to the coach that's saying, your hair doesn't define you. The nails don't define you. These are dope features. You can get with them and date and see if he's cool with this sometimes, like you mentioned. But the unwillingness to say, I'm not changing shit. Hold on. You act that way when you plan on being by yourself or with a man that you don't respect.
That's correct.
Because if he talked that way about you or women when it came to what y'all like or what y'all drawn to, that would be the guy that you'd be like, he don't respect me. He's not interested in what I think. He doesn't care about what I like. And what we're suggesting is, you ain't got to get rid of it all. What I'm suggesting is that story about that 100 men that's in that room, those numbers quickly start to go down if you want put on game about what the majority of the men you want will respond favorably to. Okay, you still have your own choice. You still have your own rights. You could decide, I only want the 20%. I only want the 10% of men that's left in there. That's your right. And I'm in the camp, as long as our women know with their eyes going in wide open, why they're doing what they're doing. Why am I saying this? Because when I went to college, the women who learned these things sooner about what the men they want and are attracted to, there was less negotiation. They showed up as such. And because they were showing it well and being and living that and displaying themselves in college, while other women were saying, I'm not, he got to conform to me. Our generation of women right now is struggling with this battle. Identity, who gets the lead, how much am I free, submission. That's happening here. And to be fair, it's more of a Western thing, less than Black specifically. I think it's a Western thing. But the problem is that there's a demographic of women that get it, know it, even if they faking it. Even if they effing faking it, they understand what it takes to get the things that they say they want. I want our women to just be open to the possibility. Just be open to the possibility that when a man is looking you in your face and saying, I want you for you, I don't want the birthday makeup. I want you. It may potentially be less of a reflection of his security or whether he's insecure or he's controlling. And it may be an insecurity within yourself about being able to accept and believe him at his word. Well, to be fair to y'all, I know what y'all see when y'all look online. Who gets all the likes? Who gets all the DM? So the women. When they dress a certain way, when they wear certain things, they get certain amount of attention. But you said something during the question about, but are they getting married? When they wear what they want, do what they want, are they all getting married? The obvious answer we all know is
No.
no. Some do, exceptions to the rule, but a lot don't. And if I genuinely care about you, let's use this conversation as we're siblings. You're my sisters, cousins, we're your brothers, nephew, or brothers, right? We're probably one of the few men, if we're related to you, that will tell you the truth. So just to clarify, everybody see this, right?
Yeah.
Wife gonna be watching this, and y'all know that I'm married, and she know that I'm married. And if at any point in time between now and the future, I get in trouble with y'all, it's gonna be very easy for me to get in trouble, right? So I have no desire in any way, shape, or form to sleep with you. The majority of men that want to sleep with you will tell you what you want to hear.
What?
They will. They will lie to you. And you know this, right? They're going to tell you what you want to hear, especially if they want a relationship, especially if they want to sleep with you. So a guy who you know can't have access to you without his whole life falling apart is telling you, I'm not saying centralize that. What I'm suggesting is, and we're going to go over these scores. And the scores weren't bad, believe it or not. I didn't know what type of ladies we were going to get. And the scores, I thought some of the scores might be really low. The scores was actually very high. And I'm going to explain what that means for each of you. I'm just suggesting that when you hear these scores and you think about the discussion that we're having now, I'm going to give you the 6 categories of what those questions represent. And then how that relates to how I think we can do better with this, both in terms of how we think about our men, value them, and their perspectives, but also the possibility that our men that are watching this learn how to talk to y'all better.
Yeah.
I don't like when you have that on. I don't like. No, you just always saying what you don't like about it. How's she gonna feel great about herself? Right?
Say something that you do like.
Fair. So hold on. Hold on 1 second. I said I was gonna come back to Alexa, so I'm gonna give her the opportunity.
I forgot.
So you go ahead, and then I'm gonna go over the score.
Oh,
go ahead.
I want to say, oh, well, it was going to be before you said that, but I was going to say kind of what you said, but also too, I think it's twofold. It may be necessary and wanted, but Black men don't have a track record of honoring the women that been to that will.
Yeah.
So even if...
Hold on. She said Black men don't have a track record of honoring the women they say they want. Derek Jackson.
I was just going to say that.
Derek Jackson. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, that's a great example. You know, when they say married men are the most single, it's embarrassing. You know, it's shameful. Married Black men are in girls' DMs. You're married. You should be like him. Leave me alone. That's the way it should be. But guys like Derek Jackson, there's a lot of them. You know, every guy is not him, obviously. But a lot of them and a lot of Black women, since we're specifically speaking on Black women, have the experience of holding a man down or even conforming herself to what he wants, and they still get kicked in the butt. You know what I mean? They still get kicked. Let me finish. They still get kicked to the curb. And so why should you do all that? For what?
When you're done, I'm
That's it. What? For what? What's the security?
All right. Okay. So the reason why this is so important is because the way the incentive is set up, men are the ones that have to learn how to understand women, manipulate women. They got to understand how to communicate and get what they want, right? It's all going to make sense. So what happens is guys have become extremely good at acquiring the sex, the men that are attractive. They got really good at that. But when they do decide that they want to be with a woman, now comes the hard part, communicating how to get the woman to act accordingly in a long-term relationship. So it sounds like what you said is all Gucci. And it sounds like, oh, see, this is why women shouldn't conform and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm glad you used Derek Jackson as an example, because I'm going to show you exactly how it all connects to what we've been talking about. If you look at the women that Derek Jackson was cheating with, they have absolutely nothing in common with his wife aesthetically. So what that really says, and a lot of women are missing this, it's going over their head. They're seeing her behavior and they're not realizing that what's happening in an equation like that, not necessarily just with a Derek Jackson, but what a lot of guys are running into is that the woman that they actually want to be their wife, they cannot get to cooperate or behave or be submissive or any of the above. So what ends up happening is they have to settle for a woman that they're not even satisfied with or attracted to just to get those qualities. And then they end up cheating on that woman because they never really desired her to begin with.
So it's a
Now, hold on. Just let me finish. No, it's not a lose-lose because if the woman that you really want, and I've been in this situation plenty of times, I know plenty of brothers that are in the same damn situation. Case in point, I got a friend who he's going through it right now because he done did so much and sacrificed so much for his fiance. And she had the nerve to tell him that she ain't about to take his last name. Because she about to get her doctorate and all this other stuff she wanted attached to her name, her last name, and her father. That is a perfect example because that's the woman he wants. And he can't even get her to take his last name.
I'm sorry. But it sounds like they didn't have proper conversation. That's like first dating questions, basic things.
I feel like you're missing the entire.
I'm not missing the entire
Hold
point.
on. The point is that is a granted expectation. There's zero nuance in that. Throughout all time and all cultures, you get married to the man, you take his last name. All right. So that was a curveball. That's not a conversation.
So just to slow down for a second. Hold on. Slow down for a second. Because I just peeped what happened. It was a misalignment, right? You were communicating about the women that tried to do it and how it backfired.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
He's specifying on Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And he was actually, he was he was generalizing about how a lot of the men that can't get it from the women they're really attracted to, the nines, tens, the dimes, the women they really, really want, they don't listen. They do what they want to do. They submission is seen as slavery, asking for cook. So what the initial point he's made, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with either of you. What I'm communicating is what you both are saying. And you're saying two things that are similar but not exactly the same. This is the disconnect from my vantage point and lens, personally. What you're saying is true. A lot of men get it and they cheat, they squander it, they ruin their relationships with those women, right? They do. That's legit. I'll be honest and say I've mishandled women in that space. Women who did show up, women who were really good. My immaturity, my lack of sexual discipline. A lot of men try to be monogamous and try sexual discipline only when they're in relationships. They don't try to do it when they're single. So it's very difficult to hit that switch when you was doing what you wanted. And then when it goes from Friday to Monday and now I'm in a relationship, now I'm sexually disciplined because I got somebody. It doesn't happen as quickly like that for us. But what he's saying is some merit there. That it would be fair to say that a lot of guys, when they say these guys that are ending up with 6s and 7s out of 10, and they're like, well, how did he end up with her? Or how she end up with him? Because the traits behaviorally, he saw that in terms of a wife and a mother of his child. But sexually, he knew what he really wanted. And now it creates a toxic situation on both ends. Because now she's jaded, he's cheating, and the women who are seeing it are being programmed and told what? That's why that's why you shouldn't listen to men. That's why you shouldn't submit. That's why you shouldn't care about what men want. So it creates a vicious cycle. Men have mishandled it. Women have watched and looked at the wrong things, especially if it doesn't pertain to them. It had nothing to do with your treatment. And what I'm suggesting is the 100 men in the room, you get to decide what type of man that you want and how much you are or are not going to conform. How much you will or won't be led by. You're already doing it. You get to decide that. What I'm saying is it's already difficult. Everybody keeps saying the dating pool is trash. Everybody keeps saying it's slim pickings out there.
I'm in the wrong pool.
Right? So you have, unless you're gonna stay by yourself, unless you're gonna start dating women, you're gonna have to start and you ain't in the odds being your favor with that. You're gonna have to start to decide what are the areas of compromise that I'm willing to accept as the man that I want. Is this a man? Kevin Sanders, I don't know how everybody feel about him. But when he was talking about the men that were of high demand, they don't cheat, they exercise their options. There are women that will sign up for the man that checks off all their boxes and they have an agreement. She ain't cheating if she know about it. Cheating is the deception. Cheating is the lie. So the king that had the shoe wives and the X number of concubines, they all signed up for that.
Mhm.
A lot of our women would rather, not all, but many of them, based off of what we're seeing, especially when you're younger, a lot of women will sign up for the man. A lot of women will sign up for the king, be a king's concubine than a peasant's wife.
Yeah.
The king is the one who gets access to all the women in the village. So when you're spending your teens, 20s, 30s, chasing the guy that everybody else wants, and he keeps cheating, so you keep leaving and going to the next guy, but you keep going to the type of men that garner that type of attention, maybe you got to do what you just said about the men doing. Maybe you got to knock it down a few notches to the man that a lot of other women don't want. But this is the drawback with doing that. You're not sexually attracted. You know you settle. You're going to be more prone to not respect him because you know you could do better. And this is a magnet. Am I lying?
Mhm.
So it's not a great situation. What I'm saying is all of the choices that we're making as men and women come with a choice. I want our women to make the most. I'll put it out there. I think in our culture, with how limited men y'all want and qualify for y'all, I wish it was normalized for y'all to share men. Polygamy, man. Polygamy or polygyny. You gotta know. And what I mean is, as a not, hold on, hear me out. And to be fair, and to be fair from both sides, the woman that wants multiple men, because I'm fair, if the men want to sign up for it, she has every right to do that. Hear me out. Hold on. I saw a show. I saw shows. I saw shows of the women who had 3 husbands, right? So they all got, not a lot of guys. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to be fair and equal in a democratic society, the same way a man can have access to multiple women, he ain't got to lie. He ain't got to cheat. They can all be protected. They can all, lifestyle can be funded. They can all be a part of his will. Children ain't left out in the dust or hidden in secret. The women have the same right if she's the caliber of woman that can get those men to want to do that for her. But what I'm saying is, because that's not normalized, all we have is enforced monogamy. When you have enforced monogamy, where there's a huge pool of women that believe that they're quality women and a small pool of men that they actually want, this is what we end up with. Too few relationships, a huge pool of people that's single and don't want to be, and people are leaving marriages and relationships left and right, usually because of cheating, not finding nothing better, and not being able to find another alternative. And y'all are the most loyal when it comes to dating out. Yeah, you won't date. A lot of y'all won't date white men. You won't date. You may date Hispanic men, maybe. You definitely ain't dating Asian men. So what I'm suggesting is, these ideas I'm throwing out there. Just hear me out. These are things I think y'all need to be open to up front. Now, last piece, and then I'm going to go to you and whoever else wanted to speak.
That was good.
How do we have that conversation as men with you all if our track record is, when we speak about hair, we get this reaction? We speak about nails, we get this reaction. God forbid we talk about wanting 2 girlfriends or not wanting to cheat behind your back, and we can't even get to that conversation. Everybody say they want honesty, they want emotional intelligence and all this other stuff. But the reality is, you want the emotional intelligence and communication that you prefer and that you accept, not always the honesty that you may not want to hear. Because if all men were honest, all the men that have options would love to be able to tell you they love you, want you, want to provide for you, but they also want 2, 3 other women on the side. And they would love to know that if I told you this, you're not going to leave up front. So how do we change this? For the women that are open to it? Everybody at this table is not.
I don't think so.
Hold on. I'm not saying I'm not assuming everybody. What I am going to say is this: if men are scared to say it because they think they're going to lose you, men are scared to be truthful because they feel like if they're in a relationship and now they be honest, now you're ready to leave. If they shoot and they shot and you hear up front, now you're going to give them a chance. What if y'all initiate the conversation up front? You think God's going to be freaked out because you're asking? Don't ask him and then kill him. Ask, what if our ladies initiated the conversation that they feel men are most deceptive and lying about? What if you asked him, the guy that's shooting the shot up front, and say, hey, don't worry about if you're open to me, don't worry about what you're going to say. I am interested in you. I am vibing with you, but I really do want to prick your brain and see where your head is about the idea of potentially, if you really think you can be monogamous, or if you're open to wanting 2 girlfriends or 2 wives or whatever. For the women that are open to it, if you put it out there, now it's on him to be honest. Because if he tries to initiate it, and most men's experience is that when they're honest about things that don't sound good, they end up regretting it. So if you're that woman that's open to the possibility, what's the checklist of things this man has to knock off for you to even have this conversation with him? If he needs to make X amount, if he needs to look a certain way, if he needs to protect you a certain way, if he needs to get tested a certain number of times each year, whatever the hierarchy is for you to feel comfortable to do that, you initiate the conversation. And I guarantee you, if you're not the type that's freaking out or using it against him, you're going to start getting more honest men up front before you've invested your time, invested your womb, invested kid, invested marriage. Y'all initiate the parts that you know you'll leave relationships for. If you initiate it, you're more likely to get honesty up front instead of waiting on the back end for him to admit or you find out something he hid from you. It's just a suggestion based on the market that we're in right now. Go ahead, Ashley.
We're going to close up. We're great.
Okay.
So, once again, I'm 27. I'm, like I was telling her earlier, I'm very old spirited. Oh, I date what kind of off the 55 more than guys my age. And if I do date a guy like in that age bracket, it's really rare. But back in that house culture, I was taught to always be upfront with my thoughts of what I feel.
Okay.
And dealing with older guys, I always felt the need to ask questions before allowing them to tell me what they want me to hear. Because
I agree with that.
I feel like I'm now giving you the space to be open. So when I do get upset and I rip and wrath and I tell you I don't want to be in the mood and I act crazy, I'll be your tires.
That's
You are beginning from them.
She did. She did.
Why,
sir?
Like,
You don't.
do you like that? You need this? Do you better yet? Show me the type of females you need to like. Let me see your Instagram. Let me see what you like to talk to.
You go to the search.
Yeah, I respect it.
I'm not just in a relationship with you. So you showing me these females on the first date. It's not gonna hurt me if I
don't want to be anything.
It doesn't mean anything. So show me the females you talk to, who's in your DMs, and you're saying, hey, I want to go on a date with you after tomorrow because I want to date with this girl right now.
Yeah.
Like, show me. And after you do show me and you tell me what your answer is, I find that a lot of guys, they want to be honest. They want to, oh my gosh, because even when they want to be honest. I don't want to get too deep, but they want to be honest. But it's something in that makes them want to tell you what you want to hear. So
it's new territory. To be honest with y'all, I've gone through this too. I've had 98 experiences that told me when I was honest, things went left. Things went worse. Insecurity is now insecurity. Trust is now no longer there. We have to now set a trend of our women being the most honest up front in their interactions with their men. If our ladies started doing what you're doing, and now men are used to ladies saying this up front, he's not worried as much anymore about losing you because he knows the other 5 women are saying the same exact thing. But if 95% of y'all, when I say something true that y'all don't want to hear, leave, I'm going to always say what y'all want to hear. What you're saying is not the norm. What you're saying is not the norm. Every lady's not doing that.
Yeah, we got to
just the same.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to.
Listen, we're going to have more time. Yeah.
Do you want a polygamy or monogamous relationship? Sure. So,
monogamous. What do you say?
He wanted monogamous, but I said, question, you ever had threesomes? You ever had orgies?
Good.
These are the questions I'm saying. It sounds crazy.
But you get
Y'all, hold on. So just because for the sake of time and to respect your space and everything, all I'm saying
they
is
lie. They lie
Hold on.
anyway, just so they can see if they could do. They lie about everything.
hold on, and I'm gonna wrap things up, and then you can close this out. I don't want y'all to assume that, or I don't want to assume the worst in y'all with what y'all saying.
No, that's
So
fair.
if I'm not going to assume the worst of 5 Black women around me that's sharing their perspectives, saying what they think and what they've been through, I'm not going to assume the worst in all Black men either. There's some women that we can trust, and there's some men we can't. But if we start initiating what she's doing, and that becomes more common, women are asking up front, not one, most women are asking up front about these things. But if you're asking, it's because you're open to some things. You're open to hearing it. You're open to listening. If you are, and you put that out there, you're going to start to, over time, start to see in the pool men being more honest. When men started getting access to kids and getting access to sex without having to marry you, men adjusted to that.
Right, of course.
So if y'all don't realize how much power y'all really got.
Oh, I know.
Y'all control a lot of what we do. So when I can see everything on social media and I just got to pay $4.99, I'm gonna pay $4.99. But if the price is now you got to get one of these, and I can't see it, I can't access it. Guess what men gonna start doing again? So if y'all start initiating honesty up front, don't be shocked if you start getting it in return.
Women's fathers again.
Yeah. So
All right. So listen, as you can see, this can go on forever. So it's not gonna happen overnight, but you definitely want to move in the right direction and inspire as many men as possible to start acting accordingly, because at the end of the day, the men are the leaders, right?
It's supposed to be.
Have with women,
It's supposed to be.
kind of the freak feed or the boomerang right back to the guys one way or another. I think a lot of the misconceptions that women have are also going to be attributed to the men's behavior and what we're putting out as guys. So listen, this guy is here. He's out there. He's all over the internet now. We're going to see plenty more quarters, and he's making a name for himself. All right. So thank you. In the comments, say what you got to say. We'll take a look at it. Ladies want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Yes, Kitty.
Till we see y'all again.
Like, subscribe, and share.
All right, y'all.